Hi there, and welcome to another episode of Midweek Business Moment with Rashie Sinha. Today's topic is all about time, actually, valuing time. Because when we speak about time, what we tend to think about is more about time management. There are a lot of articles, videos which talk about time management. However, the step before time management is learning and understanding the value of time itself. So in this episode, we would talk about valuing time and what does that mean. Of course, I will come out with another episode where I will talk about practical tips associated with time management, but for that you would have to wait for some time, because today is all about learning to value time. Now, when I say valuing time and why it is important, the basic point is valuing time is equal to respect. Respect for self and for others. Now, why do I need to value time and how does it relate to respect? Now, again, a small thing I would share. What made me share this video? There is a story behind it and I'll share it quickly. During my corporate career, I used to step out a lot for business development, and I till date remember this particular incident which happened probably 10 years ago, where I had a meeting fixed at 10:30 in the morning at a client's office. I was there in time. Like I said, for me 10:30 means I have to be there by 10:20. So I was there in time, and then the client made me wait. I waited for the client till about 1:30 in his office. I was sitting at the reception. There were glass partitions, so through that I could see my client moving around in his office, doing his own work, laughing around with colleagues, having coffee. Yet, even though we had a designated meeting time, he did not meet me at 1 till 1:30, and after 1:30 he got a sorry figure saying that I just got busy. That day till date I never went back to that office. Well, there was a time this particular client needed a personal favor, came back to me. Frankly speaking, I did what I could. However, I did not put the extra effort which I could have because of the past experience, and these things happen. So there are key 2 points that we need to keep in mind. Valuing time showcases lot about ourselves to others, the kind of self-respect we have, the way we value our own potential. And point 2 is it shows how we value and appreciate others and people around us. Let's first talk about the point number 1, which is talking about yourself, how valuing time is important to us as an individual. When you show respect for your own time, what happens is people start taking you seriously. If you are committed to following a schedule, you are committed to ensuring that if something is committed by a certain time and you do that, you are showcasing that you respect your own self and you value your word. And in the process, others would start valuing your work and appreciating your potential. So you see, just a small thing of keeping time with yourself will go a long way in creating an image for you. Now, coming to the second part, which is valuing other people and respecting others. Think of a scenario. You have given a time to somebody for a meeting, however, you don't show up. What does that do? It not only undermines you as a professional, what it also tells the other person that you do not value them enough. There is something else which is on higher priority than them that even after fixing a time with them, you did not turn up. Nobody likes to be stood up. And when that happens, they will not like to work with you. Hence, in order to protect a relationship or in order to ensure that work happens, you need to show respect to the other person by ensuring you reach the place in time or do whatever you have committed within the stipulated time frame. Of course, now we come to the other part. There are a lot of time people say, but lot of time it happens. You miss deadlines. You can be late for a meeting. Of course it does, as long as it is not becoming a habit. And in case it happens, in that case also, there are certain things you can do which will protect your reputation, and it will also ensure that the other person is on your side and continues to be there even when you have missed the deadline. Now, how do you do that? Let me share an example. I'm generally very particular about time. So there was a meeting which I was supposed to attend for one day, but the person I was supposed to meet reached out and said that something had come up and the meeting between us was quite urgent, so he wanted to prepone the meeting by a day. Now, it so turned out the day he was suggesting as the new time was a really busy day for me. We discussed and we both realized the best time we could meet is not before 7 p.m. in the evening. So yeah, the meeting was fixed for 7 and it was doable because my last meeting for the day was in the area where his office was about 20 minutes from where I was. So by Delhi standards where I live, 20 minutes is not too far off a time to commute, especially if you have your own vehicle. Now, so I finished my meeting. It so happened that I had kept a margin of half an hour to ensure that I reached the meeting in time or before time. However, that meeting got a bit extended and I was running about 5 minutes late for the 7 p.m. meeting. What did I do? I ensured that I kept the a business associate informed about my delay, and he was alright with it because he already knew that I was making special time and had adjusted my schedule to fit this meeting. However, while I was on my way to meet him, I was stuck in traffic, which added to the delay, and then at a signal, once I crossed that signal, my car suddenly stopped. Basically, my car broke down and I didn't know what I could do. I was running 15 minutes late already. So I first thought it was important to figure out a breakdown service. However, when I tried to reach the certain repair services around that area, they all refused to come for my rescue because it was closing time. Ended up calling a national toll-free number for car towing, and then I was like, it's important that I inform my client. So I called him up and shared what had happened. You know what? That actually became a very correct thing to do at my end because it helped me. How? It turned out that my business associate had a friend who runs a car garage. And it so happened that his car garage was just about 5 minutes away from where my car had broken down. So he immediately called this person, and within 10 minutes there was somebody next to my car attending to it, and somebody who I could rely on because it was through this business associates connect. Of course, I ended up being very late for my meeting. So again, what I did was I called this person and said that now things are under control. My car is being towed to the car garage, but then it was already 8:30 in the night. So I asked him, was he still comfortable and wanted to continue with our meeting? Because I had committed, I was willing to come over for that meeting even at that hour. However, it was completely dependent on his comfort and schedule. My business associate really appreciated my concern, and he said that I would still be waiting for you and we will do this meeting today. Our meeting commenced somewhere around 8:50 in the night that day and went on till about 10 o'clock. And let me tell you, that is one of the most productive meeting I have done in recent times. And yes, we ended up closing that deal. So imagine, I was late for a meeting by over 1.5 hours, that too in the later part of the evening. Yet, because I had kept my business associate in the loop and I was continuously communicating with him, he realized the problem I was stuck with was a genuine issue. The work got done. What if I would have got so engrossed with my car breakdown that I would have forgotten to call him? That would mean I would have really let him down, and probably this business deal would have not happened. The person felt involved in the entire process. He felt that I did respect him and valued his time, and hence that created an impression even before we met. So you see, when you create this kind of an environment where you communicate verbally or through your actions how much you value the other person's time, it always benefits you in the end. Another thing, as a pro tip before I go, I would like to add, it is said that be on time. When it says be on time, it does not mean that if you have a meeting, say planned at 3 p.m., you land there dot at 3 p.m. I prefer to land up at the venue at least 10 minutes in advance. Now, why do I do that? Again, two things. One, it lets me calm down. Imagine a time if you have to give an exam and you land up at the exam venue 15 minutes, 10 minutes before time. It gives you enough time to calm your nerves. Every meeting is like an exam. That is how I treat it. And hence I ensure I reach there 10 minutes early so that I have the time to wait at the reception, calm myself down, have a glass of water, and be absolutely ready for that meeting at the designated time. Not only that, what it also does is when I am waiting for that 10 minutes at the reception, it gives me a chance to observe the environment, see how people are working there, and that adds to what I'm going to present, because then when you are able to imbibe the culture which you see around and you are able to bring that out in your discussion with a prospect, it always adds value and your possibility of converting that business becomes much higher. So value time, both yours and of others, and it will always serve you well in the long run. Thank you for your time today. If this has added value, like this video, share it with people who you think would really benefit from this video, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks once again for your time.